What's going on, gamers? So we got some news here that is not good when it comes to GTA 6. You know, there's people thinking that Rockstar was going to practically launch physical copies later, right? Well, it turns out that this is not the case according to reports that have been coming out heavy in the past 12 hours. And this was last updated 4 minutes ago. Rockstar Games has no plans for physical disc version of Grand Theft Auto 6 at launch, which we knew, right? But the key word here, or after. Oh man, that's a dagger for people who want to own the physical copy of something. Historically, when you think about Grand Theft Auto in general, ever since 3, right? There was something huge about the way the game was. Owning a physical copy, meeting up with people, having that conversation, that midnight release, which is very rare now compared to before, because we're in the digital machine world, in the Matrix, right? Where nobody goes local anymore and does anything local. We remember all arcades back then, that all died off. There's still some left around, but all the local worlds are pretty much shut down. All the stuff that you used to do back then. Because when you think about GTA 5, how long has it been since GTA 6 was, getting ready to come out? Yeah, GTA 5 was all the way back to the PS3 era. That was still a very big thing when you talk about local midnight releases, getting the shark discounts by just going to buy that as well too. Yeah, all that is going away, and Rockstar has such a huge influence on the industry right now with this game that physical could have been something that could have gotten a massive spike, but they're deciding to kill it along with Xbox, which tried it back in the Xbox One era, and that's been doing it for a long time with subscription Game Pass and digital only Series S, which most people own, so they're not supporting physical either. It was left up to PlayStation and Nintendo, and now Sony, which is going to have the biggest marketing for GTA and everything, for one of the biggest launches of all time, which is now 80-something or 85% digital, is going to be pushing this. And I know this is going to make a lot of people mad, so it seems like now Sony's joining along with that, and everybody's pushing for that digital rent service, except Nintendo. They still preserve for their first-party games all physical on cart, on the go, or docked. This is why you want a Switch 2 version as well down the line, but it's going to be a key card. But at least still with key card, you have some type of physical thing where you can move around. You're not stuck digitally with it. You could still get rid of it if you want to, or you could, whatever you want to do. The point here is, though, is that this is going to disappoint a lot of people, and they're going to say Rockstar is killing physical copies because they're going to come make sure that it's going to be a medium. You make more money like that too. And I think there's going to be so many demands and copies, they probably won't be able to do it. And then there's people making up excuses saying, oh, because the game was too big. Well, dude, back then you had multiple discs on multiple games all the time. Remember PlayStation 1 disc? Man, you had like 4 discs on a Final Fantasy game. So, I mean, I think that this game possibly could have been on 2 discs. That's possible. But it would have been something special and a physical limited edition, right? But they just don't want to do that. And they'll get away with it anyways, because at the end of the day, people still just want to play GTA. But they don't like the idea of digital means no ownership in a certain sense. And it's just going to be something to get into. Become a member, leave a tip down below, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this. The Hollywood Reporter, citing sources familiar with Rockstar's plans, reported that there are no plans to print physical disc for Grand Theft Auto 6 at launch or in the months after. Recent rumors about a delayed disc release stemmed from misunderstandings of internal information. So we thought that was going to be the case later on, but then we end up finding out, no, they got debunked. And Rockstar's references to a physical copy, which refers to a boxed edition with a download code. Why am I going to a physical location to get a code when I can just download it digitally? It's the same thing. Well, what's the point? Except you're just giving me a box with no disc in it. Yeah, no thanks. This clarifies the shift towards digital-only distribution for the game. Rockstar's pushing digital-only. This is the future anyways. We already knew this digital stream cloud. Renting and jacking the price up so bad it prices you out because of monopolies all elsewhere. Then you find out that, yeah, they're not going to try to bring that down. They're going to try to get you to believe that this bubble is going to last forever and it's never going to go back to the same way again. That sounds like an elite society where the rich get richer and the poor get poor. And if you want to be able to get into this, okay, you can rent it or, get on this layaway or whatever. And it's like, yeah, man, that's not good. I don't like that. There are no plans for GTA 6 to have a disc version in the foreseeable future. Let's get into these comments. And here's the thing, too. It's like gaming used to be like an entry-level hobby. It used to be where it was about everyone. You want to get as many people in as possible. This is what happens when you get Las Vegas mentalities and all these other mentalities in the industry. What I mean by that, you know what I'm talking about. Degenerate communities that are unhealthy for gaming that support a microtransaction world. Meaning that you're looking like this, you're flashing like this, you're showing up with this, you got these little models, these dumb ARPers all over the place, and everybody is just buying microtransactions instead of supporting real video games. They're turning it into Las Vegas. These free-to-play games. That's what they turn into. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I want really good video games. And so developers spend so much time on microtransactions that they're not putting actual content in the game. Like we thought about World of Warcraft game where you kept on staying subbed because the game was that good. And you're getting actual content instead of me trying to focus on making more money off of you. Get ready, because that's coming. The crazy part is, if you complain about things like this, you're met with thousands of glazers calling you broke. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. We should not be letting companies get away with stuff like this, no matter who they are. Yeah, those are the bootlickers. It's like, I mean, no, I can tell you people that buy a new iPhone every year, right? And that's $1,000. Some of them maybe even more. It just really depends. When it comes to certain things, there is no price for certain people that they wouldn't pay. And they know that. GTA is one of those games that can get away with a lot of things. So you get mad when they push this because they have such a massive influence on a large majority of the gaming industry. And if they're pushing that and they're trying to push a certain type of model and $100 model, it gives other people the incentive to think they can do that. But then I tell you again, Nintendo tried 80. Who else tried after that? What happened? Just because Rockstar can do it and Nintendo can do it does not mean you should do it. What you would be doing is you would be committing development and publishing suicide, and you're going to hurt your company and may lead to layoffs. Don't get in that position or try to put yourself in that position when you're not qualified. You see what I mean? You're not on Rockstar's level. You're not on Nintendo's level. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold like 80 million copies between the Wii and the Switch 2. Maybe a little bit more. What other game is going to sell 80 million copies? We're talking about one damn console. When you think about GTA sales, it's across 3 generations. PS3, 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series, and PC. They were on like 12, 14 different platforms. Mario Kart was basically on the Switch too. Plus like the 8 million that it sold on Wii U, but you know what I mean? Still outside of that, sold 70 something million. Where are you going to see that at? So of course they can do that because that's a game they know. Oh, but that game's going to last you 8 years. How much is 8 years of entertainment? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can understand that point of view, and I can still understand why people say, I still don't want 80. Yeah, of course. I get it. But I'm saying there's value in there. Same thing with GTA. You can spend that much, but how much value is it going to give you? You'll be playing that game for a long time. That's nothing when it comes to entertainment. So this is not justifying. I'm just saying they can get away with it. But when other people look at the medium of entertainment and they see something like Outer Worlds 2 coming at 80, they're like, man, what you doing? And look at what it sold even trying to go to 70. It should have been 59. So that's what I mean by, like, don't think that you're in the same position as them. Like you're about to launch something that monumental and you got some history where you're dominating the whole entire industry and ain't nobody messing with you. Nobody's messing with Mario Kart. Nobody's messing with GTA 6. Like, you're not going to outsell them, and they completely dominate the industry and genre that they're in, and nothing comes even close. So, of course, people are going to pay for that because they know what they're getting. Everywhere else, no. If you purchase GTA 6 at these prices and lack of disc, you just see the future standard going forth and deserve the most greedy practices that come from it. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Rockstar has such an influence that when they're doing it, everybody's like, come on, man, please make that right decision. Do physical. Don't abandon physical. If you do that, you're going to just kill the hope of it. And then all you got left is pretty much Nintendo. PlayStation and Xbox are signing up for it. Xbox has been doing it. Microsoft has tried to kill physical back in when you weren't even supposed to with the Xbox One. DRM Online. PC did it. Remember, you used to be able to get PC physical copies back then. Remember those DVD boxes that you would have when you go up in like Walmart and stuff? They were there. They were in their own separate aisle with the magazines. But they killed that off. Then Microsoft tried to join in with the Xbox One. PlayStation was still pushing physical big time. Sometimes they do in certain ways, but Nintendo is the one that is still preserving it big time. Whereas these other two are lining up with Rockstar. And I say Sony more than anyone because they have the biggest influence with Rockstar. And they're going to sell the most copies. So the biggest distributing copies would be coming from PlayStation because it's a ratio on you 8-1. Xbox not having it doesn't surprise me because, like I said, look at their setup in their model. Game Pass, don't buy games, digital, cloud. Yeah, I mean, they've been destroying physical. So we got to get this idea here. Stoneception says, welcome to you own nothing age of the video game industry. This is what Ubisoft was trying to tell people a couple of years ago. Get ready, because you really don't own anything. And a lot of people did not like that. That's why we have stuff like Stop Killing Games mottos coming out. Now we need to stop killing physical copies. Stop killing physical game copies, right? Because you can say physical copies for a lot of stuff, but it's kind of been like that. The DVD world, the CD world, the music world, everything is now killed off, and it's all about the submodel. Though I think that's more beneficial to the consumer. But with video games, it's a little bit different. You see? I'd say even movies too, because there's some people that are not in that world. They'll have all this stuff. So if something happens, you've seen some of those survival worlds where they still have all the collectibles and they can still watch stuff. Not that I want us to be in that position, but I'm saying I can get why people want to own stuff like that and just have like the original console still, and have the copies to play it on there, regardless of whether you think you're getting graphic enhancements or not. Like, I still have my Super Nintendo. I still have my Nintendo 64. I still have my NES. And I can still go play them, though you probably need a certain type of, like, adapter or TV. But the point is, people just want to own things. Some people like that. And there's a physical world that's important, definitely in the Nintendo world. And when it comes to GTA, this is going to be the first time that's not going to happen. And I know a lot of people that are just going to be upset about that. What the hell is Rockstar doing right here? But why, though? Having a physical copy of my favorite game is something I'll always cherish. See what I mean? There's a lot of people that still like these type of worlds. This is a huge slap in the face for us physical media gamers. GTA has been running on both digital and physical. Now Rockstar wants to be jackasses about something that could have been avoided. The disrespect is insane. So we're kind of seeing it right here. So we waited over a decade just to get digital only release. Capitalism, speed running, nostalgia. That's not a bad post, to be honest with you. So guys, we're getting it, right? We could go down to a lot of posts, right? Wario is another really good one right here. And here it is right here where the report came in. But I read that to you guys, so we already know that's here. This is a good time to remind folks that Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered is coming out the same month for physical copies. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh, man. So yeah, guys, I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Earlier today, Sony revoked people's digital license for 500 plus films without refund, by the way. This is what people don't like. But Grand Theft Auto is not going anywhere. But I get what you mean if you say, I'm still going to be gaming 40 years from now. If you're still here, right? And all that. And I don't want that to happen. You resell me the copy again with some remastered edition, and then you delist the other one and you put that back up for full price or whatever. Well, you never know with this company, right? Honestly, F Rockstar for doing this. They've done a physical disc copy for all of their games up to this point. No reason for them to do this code in a box crap. Seriously, Rockstar can F off with anti-consumer BS. Physical for life. There's a lot of people here that are not happy. At this point in time, there are no plans for me to purchase GTA 6. Not at launch and not months after. This corporate greed has gone far too long, and it's pathetic that people are craving and giving in just because of GTA. Well, they don't like that. Plus, they're doing a $100 paywall, basically selling you the edition you're supposed to get, but it's now $100 to get the actual edition. Though when it comes to that type of stuff, could you ignore it? Will they probably release it to the side later on and say, hey, the shop is unlockable if you want to go pay for it, or who knows what they're going to do? But it's like, come on, man. Like, you don't have to do this, Rockstar. You're already in the position to just get billions of dollars off of this game with online coming. Why do this? Because they know they can do it. There's nothing else to talk about, right? That's kind of like what's happening here. And like I said, Xbox and PlayStation are the two platforms that have been pushing that for a while. Definitely Xbox platform with Game Pass and cloud and all that type of stuff. And Sony's been building digital big time as well, too. As we know about the code in the box stuff, people just hate that stuff. But it's been something that's been going on for a while. Xbox world, of course, first more than anything. PC, I mean, you just buy things digital anyway. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Later, y'all. Keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. Hopefully they change their minds, but do I think that Rockstar is gonna change their minds? I don't think so. I think that they're just gonna stick with this. Like, get somebody like Limited Runs or something to help you out and say, hey, you guys could do that and whatever. But no, they just want straight profit because you have to pay those people. And they best invested like $2+ billion into this game. That's the way I see it. It's like, no, I need to make as much money as possible and need to get as much money as possible and move the console industry as much money as possible in a digital fashion, because this is the thing that is the biggest. So this is what we're going for. We're going to push digital even higher, and whatever crowd is left over for physical, just screw you. We're just going to Sorry, leave you behind. I know I'm going to sell a lot anyways. You don't really matter. That's kind of what they're saying. Later.